Module 2, Part 1, Customer Object and the CRUD. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos from this channel. Also, subscribe and share. It will be helpful for the channel. Module 2, Part 1, Customer CRUD Functions. In this tutorial, we will be creating a customer class object and a couple of the CRUD functions, namely the add, update, and delete. There is no requirement for this task. The customer class object will help us work with the customer data in a managed way. Instead of working with the data record in the code behind or from the front end, the form, we can now move the data record from the screen or the front end to the back end through the module. Let us open up the CMS Access and start coding. Okay, let's open up our File Explorer. Going to C drive, Access Projects, and we are going to copy this folder right here, the Module 1 Part 2. Copy, paste, and then we're going to rename this as Module 2 Part 1. This is going to be a customer object design. Yeah, I think that's a good name for it. And then we're gonna pop in here. We'll go ahead and open up this guy, double click on it, and enable content. And let's take a look at what we did yesterday. So this should work the same way. I'm just going to copy this guy, and then search, good, no filter, good, same as what we did. Let's see, state here, let's see, California, CA. That's good. So everything works as we did last time. Nothing changed. So in this lesson, this module 2, we are going to be creating customer objects. All right. So I'm gonna open this guy up right here, table. We are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 fields. All right. So I'm going to leave that open, and we're going to come here, create, go to class module. So there are different ways of doing this. All right. We could have created a type right here, like type class. For example, I'm going to open this guy up. For example, we can say type, just type there, customer, and then in type, for instance, this would be an example. So we could have done this, all right, and then next one is company name, and so on and so forth. All right. I opted not to do because I want to reserve this module section as the middleware or as the repository or the database access layer. I don't want to clutter. All right. So some programmers do this because they don't want to have to define each of the items. Obviously, you would do this as string. so forth. All right, and then and a string or whatever type it is. So you can do it this way. All right, it works. Okay, but it would take up a lot of space here for this section. All right, now what I'm going to do is this is also an object type object. So I'm going to not going to do in here. What I do want to do though, I want to create a class by itself. I want to separate out my object so that it is standing out and away from the database access. Because if you create an object in a class object, you cannot create function there. It's just the object. All right, so that's what I like to do, and I just like doing this way. Okay, it's my preference. It works the same way. It's just the way. It's just how you want to do it. All right, so we're gonna go in here now. In this one though, it's tedious. It's a lot of typing, but I don't mind because now I have places that I can separate out from a class object from a module that you can create action methods. All right, so that's the reason why I opted to put in here. So we're gonna do this one is a customer ID, company name, first name. Or actually, you know what, that's yeah, okay, that's fine, and we can come back to it. This would be the first name. I'm gonna go back up here and say customer number. If you lay them out in order, they don't have to be in order. If you do, you just recognize where they are at. All right, and this will be address, city, state, province, zip code, zip code, and then telephone. A string. There should be 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10. Oh, salutation. Yeah. So there you go. So we'll put salutation there. All right. So that's what we are going to do. Now we have to use define the property getSet property. All right. So in VB, Visual Basic or Visual Basic Access, we have to do the getSet. So this would be public property. I'll do a couple and then I'll stop the video and I'll let you finish. All right. This would be customer ID, value as string, and then we can say as customer ID equals value, and then the set. All right, and now that's the set. Now is the get. Public property get customer ID. It's real easy. It's just tedious. Like I said, it's a lot of typing, but hey, that's programming. All right. So imagine a program will write thousands of lines of code. All right, and if we're typing a couple hundreds, that's not a lot. Okay, in my view, that's not a lot, just because we are used to typing a lot of couple thousand lines of code. So this would be let's see, customer number. You see, I like to keep them in order, that way I know where each are. As customer number value. You see what I'm getting at, right? So property get customer number as string, and so I'm going to stop the video right here and let you finish all of this. Now luckily all these are in string, all right, and we're gonna in the new other objects there will be numbers, there will be other types, so you get to see how we define them. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish this guy and I'll stop the video, and then I'm going to complete. I'll be back though. Okay, so that will be S customer number. All right, so let me stop the video and let you go ahead and finish all of it. All right, we are back. So I went ahead and complete all these variables and these attributes. These are called attributes, the let get attributes. All right, now the last thing that we want to do is create a class initialization. All right, this is how you do it. Private, okay, sub class underscore, that's important, initialize. All right, so Access is smart. Once it knows this, it means that we are going to initialize these properties. All right, so now we can say customer ID equals data, and you know what, we're gonna go and grab the grid that we created earlier. So and then the customer number. All right, and then we have the company name oops, equals. So you want to initialize this, otherwise you cannot use this. That is the benefit of the class, is that until you initialize it, create a new one, create new object, you cannot use it. Okay, which is good. So that is the object-oriented programming, is that every object, you must create an object in order for you to use it. Okay, so we are working with the object programming now, and equals, and then zip code, and then telephone. Oh, I keep misspelled the telephone. All right, so we should have 11 of these guys. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Missing one again. Yeah, salutation. What's up with that? Salutation. All right, so Control S, save customer. So we have a customer object, class object. All right, so you know what, while we add it, I'm going to let's go to our folder here. Let's go to looking for the grid, custom grid function. There, we're gonna go in here, open it up, we're gonna go right there, and I'm going to copy the entire thing. All right, so let's do Control A. All right, let's select everything, and we're gonna pop back to all current. All right, and here in the module, all right, similar to this guy right here, there in module folder, we're going to insert module. All right, and then go ahead and Control A and Control V, and that will paste everything. And here we're gonna call identification. What do we call identification? What now here? Function. All right, let's do that. Yeah, and then now you can port your customer number in here because it is part of the ID. All right, so you can say identification, and then you can you can have a customer number in here as well. But we're gonna leave it like that. There's one other thing that I want to get, let me see what else can we use. Now the little little projects that we have done so far, this can be imported in here. So you're going to see me coming back here a lot. For example, if we were going to use the image sizing, all right. So that is the reason why I created all these prior to creating all application. That way we don't have to mess around with this. So if you create these bits like so, like these little objects, then you can just come there and import it in. For example, the dialog window, other things. All right. So, but I am interested in this guy right here, color. All right. So I'm gonna go copy that. We got a little bit, okay. But Control A, Control C. All right. But we're gonna add some more in here. All right. And then insert module, and then we're gonna call this color. All right. Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna do this. Now that I'm gonna rename this guy. You know, just take the function now. Yeah, let's rename the guy to identification, just to be consistent. See these two guys, just to be consistent. All right. Now you can add other colors if you like to. All right. You know what? Now we talk about it. I've got more colors on here. So I'm going to go to my lottery project. Here's my lottery project. All right. And I've got lots of stuff in here. So I'm gonna, yeah, this one, it's got a lot of stuff. Look at that. That's one project. All right. And lots of stuff in here as well. See there? There's a lot of writing. All right. It's a lot of writing. But anyways, I am interested in, look at that. Look at these classes and class modules. All right. So, but hey, like I said, that's part of programming. So right here, color. All right. I think I've got a whole lot more colors in here. See there? So I'm gonna grab this guy, and then go ahead and close this guy out. I've got what I need, and I'm just gonna come over here. There. All right. And you can do the same. If you watch the color function that we did, you can go find these numbers, RGB numbers, and find it. I think we got everything so far that we need. All right. For now. Okay. Now let's get back to where we were. All right. So this is where we were. All right. The class module. And so right there, you see there, right there, we can write identification get GUID. You see there? And that's what we want. And that's what we want. So every time we create this guy, it's going to go ahead automatically get the GUID for us. And that's dandy. Just leave it right there. Don't touch it. All right. So we're going to Control S. Now we have the object. Yeah. So this object, if you don't use it, it's not gonna be useful. So we are going to be using that object. So now, see right here, this is customer. Let me go ahead and close it down. This is the customer. Close that guy too. Okay, that's good. Right there, customer database access. All right, go in there. All right, this is what we need. We will need private function. We'll say customer exists by ID, and then we'll say customer ID as string, and then as boolean. All right, and then we're going to pass in the customer as, check this out. You see that customer? We just created that one. See there? This guy is the same as this guy, you see. Now without creating this, you would not be able to say as customer. All right. So that's what we want. That's one of the functions. The other function, oops, let's go up there, that we are going to need, let's move that guy down. We are actually, it's not going to be private, it's going to be public because, yeah. And then the other function that we're going to need is that, public, yeah, oops, customer save, and then we're just going to pass in, ooh, you know what, I think, yeah, let's do this, customer as customer right here as boolean. All right, see right here, be careful, you cannot use the same name as that guy. Remember I mentioned that over and over again. All right, so that's what we're gonna pass in. Let's see, yeah, and then we're gonna need if you notice all my functions, it's got booleans in here. It doesn't hurt. All right, it doesn't hurt to have a boolean. All right, so here we're gonna say customer deleted. All right, now deleted, you don't have to pass in an object, just pass in a customer ID. So we're gonna say customer ID as string as boolean there, like so. See, it's the same thing right here. The same thing right there. I'm just going to be yeah, just identify ID there. So that's the same thing. What else do we need? So far, that's what we need for the CRUD. Now, if you don't know what CRUD is, all right, let me spell it out. Okay, CRUD stands for create, remove, update, and delete. All right, that's the CRUD. So if you CRUD, C means create, R remove or delete, yeah, remove, do update. So programmers that use a name, abbreviated name, and then they just simply delete. Now delete and remove, I don't know why that is, but this is actually the same as this, guys. All right, so but this is the CRUD operation. That's all we need. All right, so now the easiest way to get this information in here is, I noticed that we've got some update customers right here. You see right here, I'm going to copy the entire thing. See, and we're gonna show now showing my talking right there. We'll put it right there, and that's it. That's all we have to do. Well, not quite. So now, because we say, hey, do you exist? So we're going to add in, I'm going to take this guy, change this guy to SQL. Oops. SQL. And then SQL. Select from query. Actually, from customer. Yep. Where customer ID equals, remember, a string, you have to put that little single quotation there, and then we'll put as customer ID and close. That's it. All right, and now in here we're going to just take that out, replace that with the SQL. and then we're going to remove the entire thing here. All right. So if you exist, check this out. If you exist, all right, here is the customer. If you exist, we are going to do this. Oh, customer. You know what? Let's do this. We could do this. Yeah, that's good. Not. We're gonna do this. Oh, customer, and then dot. You see there, customer ID. That would be customer ID. What I was going to do here, in order to use this object here, customer object, you have to create. I was going to do this. Oops. Customer. Yeah, customer equals new customer. All right, but I don't want to do it there. I want to do it before I send it in here. All right, so that's why I was a little slow there. Now I'm just going to copy this, makes it easier for me. And then we're going to have the customer number equal customer number. So if you keep the name the same way as the table field columns or table fields, it makes it easier. All right, and this would be the company name. That way you don't, it's company name. First name, actually salutation. Yeah, now I remember. Salutation. And then first name equals address, city, state, province, oops, province, and then zip code. So I don't have a desktop, I have a laptop that I have been using, and this guy seems to get weak on me. So that's what we have. All right, and yeah, that's what we have. So if we find the customer, it's going to say, hey, set this object to these fields. All right, and then it's going to get done. So let's go ahead and copy this guy and then put it on the very bottom here. All right, and it's going to be true, and we're going to update the error. All right, and that's it. How simple is that? All right, now because we have these guys right here, I am going to go ahead and copy this guy. Oh, right here. We're done with this thing. Let's get rid of that. Now we're going to copy this guy and put it in here. And here, right here, save. All right, let me show you how to save this guy. So what we want to do here, so first we're going to change this guy to all customer dot customer ID. All right, so that's all we changed. And then the next thing that we want to change is that yes, that's how we do it. So if there is anything in here, all right, let's make this easy. All right, I'm going to copy this guy right here. So if there is something in there, I want to do this, edit, else, rs, add new, and then I'm gonna come out. Oopsie, what was it? Okay, there, right there. All right, we want to determine if the customer is already there. If we have that customer by looking it up, we want to edit it. Else, we want to change it. We want to add new. So, and the one we just put in our clipboard, we set like so. All right, I'm going to copy this guy. As a matter of fact, yeah, copy this guy, delete, n equal there. All right, so we're just going to reverse it. We're just going to reverse it. Copy, delete, n equal paste. Is it there? Copy, delete, n equal paste. That's what we do. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and do this. Oops. Same way here. We're halfway there. So like I was saying, anytime you say, hey, I want to be a programmer, you have to enjoy typing and find solutions, debugging, because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to debug or not fast enough, all right, you cannot be one. You can be one. I'm not saying that you cannot be one. If you don't know how you can be, I guess you're just going to be slow. So I think that's what we want to do. I want to do some tweaking here. Okay, I'm going to rs update. So every time you add or update or edit, you wanna do that rs update. All right. Now there's one thing that I want to do here. I'm going to copy this guy and remove it and put it here, because evident, obviously, if you're editing, you don't want to change this guy. All right, you don't want to change this guy rather. All right, you want that record ID to be that, and you don't want to change it. Now the rest of them, for example, or even the number here, you don't want to change that guy. All right, so I'm going to copy that as well. All right, so if you add new, this will be new ID and new number. All right, but if you're editing it, you don't want these two to be changed. For example, what if this existing account has invoice, had bought some stuff, had paid for, so you've got an ID to that reference to the invoice or references to the whatever it is. All right, so just keep in mind when you design this, on the save, you don't want to keep changing this ID and this number. All right, this should be the first thing and the only time to be updated. All right, now the rest of them, the name can be changed. I don't know about salutation. I guess maybe you misspell. Okay, so but we can update these guys. All right, the rest of them, the telephone can be changed. this address could be, that could move. So that's the reason why these two are critical. Don't change that. Okay, don't change that. All right. So I'm gonna copy there and place it here, and then put it right there. All right. Let's see. This last bit is pretty easy. All right. So I'm gonna grab this guy the same way. See, if you create this and then you can just copy and paste and then do the logic, and we don't need all this right here. Normally you can, update is fine, but yeah, let me let's delete all this. We don't need all that. As a matter of fact, there, and you can just say, now this guy you can say delete. All right, and now normally that should just be it. All right, but as a precaution, all right, this is good at practice. As a precaution, normally you don't need this. All right, you don't need the update here, like so. But as a precaution, go ahead and do that. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Okay, so if it doesn't hurt but it would help, that's good. All right, now how I like to do it is this. Let me show you how I would like to do it. You can do it this way, all right, but I like to do it this way. Oops. I like to do it this way. I'm gonna see there. That's what I like to do. That's it. All right. Or customer string. Or you know what? We need to go back and change that customer string there. Yeah, in a minute we're gonna go back to the other functions. So I like to do this. Check this out. Delete all that. I could say current db execute SQL, and then I don't have to mess with this record set. I don't have to mess with this guy. See there? And I don't have to mess with this guy. You see? And that is short and sweet. Now when you execute this, let's copy this guy and put it right here. So when you execute this, if there is an error, all right, it's going to jump right in here. It never got to here. Therefore, this guy will not ever be true if there is exception. All right. So that would be that's how I like it. I like it short and sweet. All right. So and that's it. So that right there, I was looking at it over here. Let me see at the bottom here. Right here. See there? That right there. Oops. No, that's right. That's right. As a matter of fact, we don't even need this guy, you see. No, we do. Yeah, we do. Let's leave it like that. That's good. That's good right there. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do some testing on these three guys. All right. We're going to do some testing and make sure they work. All right. Obviously, we're not going to delete. Well, we could. We got 407 records, so we can delete one or two. That's fine. All right. So yeah, for a here, copy that, put it back here, and you know, as I'm working right here, I just noticed my highlighter is not on. I am pretty bad at that. I'm not really focused here. I'm focused on my task. It's just not the highlighter. Oh, that looks better. Sorry about that. So we got these functions. Oh, not there, not that far. Not that far, right there. Customer exists by ID. All right. You can have a customer exist by company name. All right, by name. You can do that. But what if there are two companies have the same name? You'd be in deep doo-doo. All right, I think that's good. Let's go to Control S. let's test this out. I'm going to close that out. We looked at that earlier. Let's do this. Go to form design. All right. We are going to test some stuff. So I'll go ahead and grab this guy. All right. Nope. And then I'm gonna put this guy in here. All right. And this would be text 1. Just remember that we're gonna change anything. We're just gonna. Yep. Okay. So gonna open up this guy. And we're gonna grab one of these guys right here, one of these ID. All right. So maybe that guy. Copy. Leave that one open. And then let's go into this button. Click event right here. Let's go into the event. And then we're gonna have customer as customer. See there? Now we're gonna say set customer equals new. Now in order to use an object, you must use a new. All right. This is the safety. This is the difference between this and the ones I try to show you. Remember this I was trying to show you. Customer and type. Okay. Now these right here, this type object, you don't have to use a new. You can just go ahead and use it. All right. And you don't have to define them as let get. All right. You can just use it. And I don't like that. The two work the same way, except one is created during compile yeah, this right here is create during the compile time. This guy is created all during the runtime. Runtime means whenever you call it, all right, during the operation. But this guy right here, once you close this guy, this object, it compiles and creates then, all right, in there. So that's the only difference, all right. So I'm not going to get into the details, but they work the same way, all right. One is easier than the other. One is created during the runtime. One is created during the compile time. That's all. That's all you need to know, all right. So, but anyways, let's get back to where we're at. So now we got the we created it. We're gonna do like this: customer DB access, and then customer exists right there by ID. We are going to say, text 1. Yep. Then yeah, let's do this. Then message box. We just want to see something, all right. Then message box, and then we can say, customer dot first name, customer. Oh, my bad. There. Now customer last name, and that's good enough for now. All right. So yeah, that's fine. Form 1. That's fine. Let's change that to test screen. Okay, so that's good right there. So let's take a look. I think we grab one right there. Come back here. Put this guy in there. All right, and let's follow it. Let's follow it. All right, we're gonna break right there. Ooh, yeah, you're right. I need to pass in an object because look at this. Look at this. customer as customer. I need to pass in an object, the one we just created. That's it. That's all. All right. There. Now F8. We going in it. We are going in it. You see there? I'm gonna stop right there and hit continue. I think it found it. Look at that. It found it. See that? Record count 1. Look at this. Look at this. That is the ID that we put in. Look at this. Customer number. And look at the first name. Anita. Lucerne. Alright. So it's doing good. Look at that. So that's how we use object. Alright, and that's how we use object. Okay, so that's good. That is good. I don't know how long this has been. Alright, so now we know this guy works. Well, if this guy works, the rest of them should work. We just copy and make some modification. Alright, so, and that's good. So in this lesson, that's what we're going to do. But before we stop, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to design right here. Actually, close here. Yeah. So before we end this guy, what I want to do, I want to go into this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and close this out. Right here, I'm going to rename that instead of test screen. I was just thinking now. We're going to call this customer. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and lay out some basic controls that and in the next part 2, we're going to start working the form. All right. So I'm going to delete this guy. I'm just going to leave that there. We just might need it. All right. I'm going to delete this guy because I just removed that control. What is it? The button. The command button. There you go. I'm going to leave that right there. So the reason why I came in here is because we got this theme that we have, you see, and that's the reason. So I just want to copy this top guy and put in here, you see, and then we would have the same theme. So I've got a button here, copy, and then I can just put it right there. All right. Yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and add the header just like that guy. All right. Now in this one, it's not important. All right. It's not important because, as a matter of fact, yeah, I can show you that it's not important. Just like that. That's good. That's good. But what we want to do here, I'm going to show you. This being just a tad small, we're going to want to make it just a tad big, like so. Right? Looks maybe a little too big. Right there. I guess it's the same. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the same. Actually, we're gonna want to put it right here. I haven't really decided here. Okay. All right. Enough for that. So what I want to do here, I want to copy, paste 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4 is good. We'll find out. And then now we might not need all of these. All right. So this last one right here. Yeah, that last one. We might not need this last one. Go ahead and remove that guy. But this guy will be add new. All right. These right here would be edit. All right. These right here would be delete. I think that's good right there for now. All right. And now I'm going to move that guy to there. I want to see how, yeah, that looks better. That's why I wanted to, yep. So maybe move this guy over just a tad closer. Get a little closer. All right, now remember there are 11 columns, fields. All right. What size is this? 11? Yeah, 11. So that's fine. So we'll go ahead and add the label right there. All right. And we're going to call this a customer ID. That's good enough. Call it. And then I'm going to select both of them, and right here on the drop down here, association, let's associate there. All right, that means there we one move, the other move with it. You see, that's all it is. That's all it means. All right, so so right there it's good. And let's copy, paste. Okay, and then we're gonna just lay out this guy. Oops. This is not final. We're gonna play around with this, and then we're gonna lay this out. And if we have time, if it doesn't take too long, we'll play around with these buttons. All right. But in the part 2, we're gonna add the logic to add and all that. Get a little fancier. All right. So this would be salutation. Yeah. Salutation. I'm thinking salutation here will be a drop down. All right. So I'll go ahead and change that to a drop down combo box. Okay. So, but we'll show you how to make that happen. It would be the first name, last name, address. We're gonna lay out later. I'm just going to you know, play around with put all the stuff in there before we start laying out. State / province, and then last, nope, zip code, telephone. One thing I don't like in here, let's look at this. See how this telephone that's got dash and so on? I don't like that. You see, oops, you see there. All right. So what I like to do is remove the dashes. All right, remove the dashes. Yeah, we're gonna use the US format. So I want to remove those dashes. I don't like that. All right. So that's what we'll do. And then I'll show you how to remove the dashes. Similar to how we did this guy. Not big a deal. So, but we'll do that. Okay. So that where we're at, telephone. And that's it. And that's all we need. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Let's Control Z. Yeah, let's make this guy company name. Company name. Alright. And then we're gonna move this guy back up here. And then delete this guy. Push this down. Oh, this is good. This is good example right here. You see how I move the bottom text box up here. All right, check this out. This would be 1, 2, 3. That would be, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4 index. Let's take a look. Author. Oh, index 0. You see there, tab index. That means this guy is 1. the company name would be way down here, and that would be 2. All right, let's take a look. 1, oh, 5. Okay, that's all right. 4. Oh, so that one's before. 6. There you go. So what I want to point out here is that when you hit enter, it's going to tab to the next index. You see? So now what you want is to look at this guy, that's 0. We're going to make this guy a 1. All right. And then we're going to make this guy a 2. Make this guy a 3. So this is important. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because anytime you add something, you want it to tab to the next item. All right. That would be 5. You see. And 6. So yeah, good. This is good example. 7. I'm pretty sure you know all about this already, but just in case, it doesn't hurt to go over it again. I think that's 9. Is that right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. That's 9. That's correct. And then 10. That's right. So there are 11 of them. So now, and then when you hit enter, it's going to move to the next one. For instance, let's go ahead and open this guy. I'm going to tap. See there? See how I tap? So that's how it's going to do, and it's going to come up here and then move to the next one, move to the next one, and back to the beginning again. And that's what we want. So when you enter certain things, you're going to hit enter, it's going to tap to the next one. All right, it's called tab index. Okay. So laying out this thing is really up to your preference. All right, I'm going to show you my preference. Yeah, there, and then yep, and then move these 2 guys up there, and I'm just going to move this booger on this side. Oh, you know what? I think I got a better idea. I'm going to leave this guy back here because I'm going to show you how to use the image here, a profile image. All right, and then that way all the stuff that I've been presenting in the video will be able to use it. All right, so which is a good practice. Then you know all the stuff that we need to be doing. I think that's good. That thing's good. Now, one thing I want you to understand, see how it says unbound? And this form is not binding to any record here, all right? So that is the reason, the way we code is going to be like this. Now, all the unbound text box names or names, I always use the txt. It tells me that, hey, this is not bound text control. All right, so I'm gonna do this customer ID and then customer number. If I misspell, you know I'm gonna get company name. And this would be the CBO combo box. All right, just remember CBO combo box. Salutation. Yeah, if you have your own standard in naming convention, it makes it easier in coding. So and programmers that tend to have their own style of naming convention. All right, it's not wrong. All right, one thing that you want to know, want to do is that when you program, you want to think about all the programmers that comes behind you. All right, if he or she comes and help you with the work, you want him to understand what you're doing, what your code's do. All right. So just be mindful, just be mindful and don't be selfish. When you code, you have to say, hey, you know what? Somebody might grab a hold of this code, and I want to help them out, make sure they understand what I do, and that's how you always think. Don't be selfish. All right. You should not be selfish. And then respect your colleagues. All right. Mockery is not good. Do not mock your buddy or your colleagues. All right. Even though they're, if they're new, they're young, you know what, it's just a little too scared. I'm going to just go ahead and move right here. So when that time comes, we'll fix it. All right. For right now, this is good enough. I just want to do like so. All right. Control S. Control S. I think that's good enough for now. All right. Has it been an hour yet? I hope not. Okay. So yeah, let's name this guy. Oh, we already did. Let's edit. Oh, we did. No, we didn't. That was old name. So this is CMD add. I think that's good. And then CMD edit. All right. CMD delete. All right. So one thing that I like to do here. Let me see what's on here. Okay. Let's go back. I want to do this. Yeah. And then I'm going to name this guy label customer. All right. As a matter of fact, I am going to move this guy right so, and then make a copy of this guy right here, or one of them, doesn't matter. I move this guy back to here. All right. I'm not going to tell you because it's no fun. How about get for now? Let's move this guy away just yet. How about right here? Get customer. Now you know. So we got to make use of this customer search thing. All right. So now I'm going to put this guy close there. Expand this dude way out here. And then move this guy up there just a tad. That looks pretty good so far. I'm going to move this guy down a little bit. And then I also I'm going to copy that guy. Move it down. Right there. This will be, yeah, this is the customer. This would be status. Yeah, status. That's good. Action status. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, that's good for now. All right. But see right here. What we want. Okay. What we want. Before we get done with this part 1, let's play around with this one just a little bit, and then we'll call it a day, and then we'll continue with part 2. I don't want to get too lengthy, so yeah, let's do that. Let's hit event onload. All right, let's go ahead and name our customer management. All right, me label header member. Oops. Ooh. Header caption customer. There. All right, and then we're gonna have private sub set control. That's good enough. That's good. So now we need a couple things in here. I'm going, I need just a little diggy right there, not too big. I'm going to name this guy as text current action. All right. And then I'm going to copy this guy, and you'll see why. I'm going to move this guy back up here. Put this up a little bit. Call this guy txt previous ID. For now, I think that looks good. For now that looks good. All right, I'm gonna move it right there. That way I don't have to keep moving it. Yep, right there. And yeah, that's good right there. Okay. So now we can say, go back to code here. We can say select case me text current control current action. All right, and then in select, and then right here case add. You see there, case delete edit. As a matter of fact, add and delete, you can do this, I think, right there. And then case delete, and then case cancel. I'm trying to think of other things that we could do in here. All right, so when you click on this guy, add, yeah, add, that could be save, edit, yeah, I think that's let's play around with it just a tad. Okay, so right here we're gonna go on click. All right, so this is add button. So when you add button, let's do this. Text current action equals add, and then call set control. So I'm going to move this guy out. Like I said, I like to work with the current action up. So when it set control, it's going to come in here. What do you want to do here? You can say if it's add. All right, we can say select command delete enable false. Command edit enable false. Actually, yeah, so we're gonna change differently. We don't want to enable. There are a couple things that we want to do here. We could change this guy to caption to cancel, you see. And so this is what we This is what we are going to be playing with next time. All right, and then the edit would be disabled, or it would be safe. This could be a caption equal like so. All right, so let's look at this guy, and then once this guy is there, it's going to set this guy. All right, and then we can say command add caption equal edit save. Yeah, and then you can say this one like this, enable false, something like this. All right, something like this, but we're gonna play with this. All right, so let's see there, and then you can only click save and cancel. You can no longer add, you see, and that's how that's going to work. So we'll play around with these things, and then we'll get to our liking, and we'll be able to add and stuff. All right, so but that's how we are going to do it. All right, this is part. Actually, you know what, just before we go, I want to make this button work just to get ready for the next one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead to design, and before I get there, I want to go to right there, right behind there, say private. Actually, I want to say public. So I just want to show you this can be done. All right, display, display customer. That's it. All right, and then we can say if customer ID, if not no, then there. Okay, so we're gonna set this right. This is the display, and this will be called from the search form. All right, so that will be in the next one. I think this is already linked enough. I don't want to get too long. I don't want to bore you with this. So, but let's do this, and then we'll get going. Open form. We're gonna do like so because there's nothing fancy. We're gonna do customer search. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, there are a couple ways to do this, but I want to do it this way because I want to do this. See that? I want the argument. All right, and then I want to go. Actually, I don't want an argument. I don't want an argument. Open form, and then we need to do this. Yeah, I just want to open it up. All right, like so, and then we're gonna open it. Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, we're gonna need it. All right, we're gonna need it. See there, and we're gonna say customer management. And then in here, remember the form open I told you? Right there. Just before that, we'll say if not is no. Open arcs, then open arcs, just to show you what's happening here. All right, I think that's good enough for now, and then I'll show you. I don't want to give it away. All right, so let's open this guy up. Actually, I want to make this guy a that's good enough. And then let's open this guy up just like that. We're gonna fix this later. Open this guy up. Oh yeah, you know why there? You cannot open anything that is still in the form design. So I'll go ahead, close that guy out, close this guy out. Let's try that again. There, see there? So before it opens, you know, hey, see that this is on the form open, and that is the reason why you cannot set controls in this subroutine. Remember I explained this last time? You cannot set anything in here because the form has not been loaded. All right, so just remember that, and if you have quite a problem with it, just this is now after it's open, it's going to load the form. Look, now the form is loaded. You see, and we know this form already know it came from here. All right, it came from here. Okay, so and then next time we're going to do this. Click on this guy, bing, and then it's going to say, hey, it's going to close down. It's going to display the information here. All right, but that's what we want to do, just like that for this video. In part 2, we're going to be adding, editing, deleting, and we're going to be we're going to be using this guy right here. All right, and select this customer and have it return to this guy. All right, so stay tuned to module 2 part 2. Happy programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.